Hey there, Garden Crumbs family. Before you reach for that weed puller this weekend, you need to watch this video, because what you think are pesky weeds destroying your perfect lawn, they might actually be nature's pharmacy growing right under your nose. I'm talking about 7 incredibly powerful medicinal plants that most people rip out and toss in the compost bin without a second thought. But here's the thing, our ancestors knew something we've forgotten. These weeds have been used for thousands of years to treat everything from cuts and burns to digestive issues and inflammation. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll never look at your yard the same way again. Let's dig in. Weed number 1, plantain. All right, let's kick things off with one of the most underrated healing plants on the planet, broadleaf plantain. And no, I'm not talking about those banana-looking fruits. This is Plantago major, and it's probably growing in your yard right now. Plantain has broad, oval-shaped leaves with distinct parallel veins that run from the base to the tip, almost like ribs. The leaves grow in a rosette pattern, flat against the ground. In late spring and summer, it sends up a tall, thin flower spike with tiny greenish flowers. You'll typically find it in compacted soil, along pathways, and in lawns. Here's why you want to keep this one around. Plantain is what herbalists call a drawing plant. It literally pulls things out of your skin. Got a splinter you can't get out? Bee sting? Spider bite? Plantain is your go-to remedy. The leaves contain allantoin, aucubin, and mucilage, compounds that are anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, and wound healing. This plant has been used for centuries to treat cuts, scrapes, insect bites, and even snake bites. For immediate first aid, here's what you do. Pick a fresh leaf, chew it up until it's mushy, yes, actually chew it, and then apply that poultice directly to the wound. The chewing breaks down the cell walls and releases all those healing compounds. I know it sounds primitive, but this is called a spit poultice, and it works incredibly fast. For a cleaner option, you can crush fresh leaves with a mortar and pestle and apply them to minor cuts, burns, bee stings, or bug bites. Leave it on for 15 to 20 minutes. You can also make plantain salve by infusing the leaves in oil and mixing with beeswax. The relief is almost immediate. I've used this for wasp stings, and the pain disappeared within minutes. Weed number 2, dandelion. Next up is probably the most hated plant in suburban America, the common dandelion, or Tarasacum officinale. People spend millions of dollars every year trying to eradicate this plant. Meanwhile, it's one of the most nutrient-dense foods on Earth and a powerful medicinal herb. You already know what a dandelion looks like, but let's be thorough. Dandelions have deeply toothed leaves. That's where the name comes from, dent de lion, or lion's tooth, in French. The leaves grow in a rosette. The hollow stem produces a single yellow flower head made up of hundreds of tiny florets. After flowering, it turns into that iconic white puffball of seeds. Every single part of this plant is edible and medicinal. Dandelion is a digestive powerhouse and a liver tonic. The bitter compounds in the leaves and roots stimulate digestion and help your liver process toxins. It's also a natural diuretic, meaning it helps your body release excess water. But unlike pharmaceutical diuretics, dandelion is rich in potassium, so it doesn't deplete your minerals. The roots are packed with inulin, a prebiotic fiber that feeds beneficial gut bacteria. The leaves contain vitamins A, plus calcium, iron, and manganese. For digestive issues like bloating, constipation, or sluggish digestion, make dandelion tea. Harvest the roots in fall when the plant is storing energy underground. Scrub them clean, chop them up, and roast them in the oven at 200 degrees Fahrenheit until they're brown and fragrant. Then, steep 1 tablespoon of roasted root in hot water for 10 to 15 minutes. Drink this before meals to stimulate digestion. For liver support and gentle detoxification, drink dandelion tea daily for 2 to 3 weeks. Your body will thank you. Weed number 3, chickweed. Now let's talk about a weed that most gardeners absolutely despise because it spreads like crazy. Chickweed, or Stellaria media. But before you rip it all out, hear me out. Chickweed is a low-growing plant with small, oval, bright green leaves arranged in opposite pairs along weak, trailing stems. The stems have a distinctive line of fine hairs running down one side. That's your positive ID right there. It produces tiny, white, star-shaped flowers with 5 deeply split petals that look like 10 petals. It loves cool weather and moist soil. Chickweed is incredibly soothing and cooling, making it perfect for skin irritations. It's rich in vitamins A, C, and B complex, plus minerals like calcium, magnesium, and iron. Herbalists use it for eczema, psoriasis, rashes, bug bites, and minor burns. Internally, it's a mild diuretic and has traditionally been used to support weight loss and reduce water retention. It also contains saponins, which may help the body break down fats. For itchy skin, heat rash, or eczema, make a chickweed poultice. Grab a handful of fresh chickweed, blend it with a tiny bit of water to make a paste, and apply it directly to the affected area. Cover with a clean cloth and leave on for 20 to 30 minutes. The cooling, anti-inflammatory properties go to work immediately. You can also make chickweed-infused oil by packing a jar with fresh chickweed, covering it with olive oil, and letting it sit in a sunny window for 2 to 4 weeks. Strain it, and use it as a soothing skin oil, or turn it into a salve. And here's a bonus. Chickweed is delicious. Toss it fresh into salads or add it to smoothies. It has a mild, slightly sweet flavor. Weed number 4, purslane. Alright, here's one that blows my mind. Purslane, or Portulaca oleracea. This succulent weed that grows in cracks in your driveway is actually a superfood that's higher in omega-3 fatty acids than most fish. Purslane has thick, succulent, paddle-shaped leaves that grow on reddish stems. The stems branch out from a central point and grow flat along the ground. It produces small yellow flowers that open in the morning. When you break the stem, it's thick and juicy inside. It loves hot weather and poor soil. Here's what makes purslane extraordinary. It contains more omega-3 fatty acids than any other leafy green vegetable. We're talking about alpha-linolenic acid, which is anti-inflammatory and supports heart and brain health. It's also loaded with vitamins A, C, and E, plus magnesium, potassium, and calcium. Studies have shown that purslane has powerful antioxidant properties. It's been used traditionally to lower blood sugar, reduce cholesterol, and soothe the digestive tract. The easiest way to use purslane is to eat it. Harvest the young stems and leaves before the plant flowers. That's when it's most tender. You can eat it raw in salads, where it adds a slightly tangy lemony flavor and a satisfying crunch. For a cooked option, sauté it with garlic and olive oil, or add it to soups and stews. In Mediterranean and Middle Eastern cuisine, purslane is a prized vegetable. For digestive inflammation or heartburn, make purslane juice. Blend a cup of fresh purslane with water, strain it, and drink it on an empty stomach. The mucilaginous compounds coat and soothe the digestive tract. If you're dealing with inflammation, try adding purslane to your diet regularly for 2 to 3 weeks. That omega-3 content really does make a difference. Number 5. Yellow dock. Next up is yellow dock, or Rumex crispus, a plant that most people consider an ugly weed, but herbalists consider a blood-building powerhouse. Yellow dock has large, lance-shaped leaves with distinctly wavy or curly edges. The leaves can grow up to a foot long. In summer, it sends up a tall, flowering stalk covered in clusters of small greenish flowers that turn rusty brown. The root is the medicinal goldmine. It's thick, yellow-orange inside, and has a bitter taste. Yellow dock root is one of the best herbal sources of absorbable iron, making it incredibly valuable for people dealing with anemia or iron deficiency. It's also a gentle laxative and liver supporter. The roots contain anthraquinones, which stimulate bile production and help with constipation. Traditional herbalists use yellow dock for sluggish digestion, constipation, skin conditions related to poor elimination, and as a blood tonic. For constipation or sluggish bowels, make yellow dock root tea. Harvest the roots in fall, scrub them clean, and chop them into small pieces. Simmer 1 tablespoon of chopped root in 2 cups of water for 15 to 20 minutes. strain, and drink 1 cup in the evening. This is a gentle overnight remedy. For iron deficiency, yellow dock tincture is more concentrated and effective. You can make your own by covering chopped fresh roots with vodka or brandy in a jar, letting it sit for 4 to 6 weeks, then straining. Take 30 to 60 drops in water 3 times daily with meals. Consult with an herbalist or healthcare provider if you're dealing with significant anemia. Important note, don't overuse yellow dock. Start with small amounts and don't use it if you're pregnant or have kidney issues, as it contains oxalates. Weed number 6, cleavers. Let's talk about cleavers, Gallium aparine, also known as sticky weed or Velcro plant. If you've ever walked through the woods and come back covered in clingy green stems, you've met cleavers. Cleavers has narrow leaves arranged in whorls of 6 to 8 around square stems. The entire plant is covered in tiny hooked hairs that make it stick to everything: your clothes, your dog, other plants. It has small white flowers and produces tiny round burr-like seeds. It grows rapidly in spring and dies back in summer heat. Cleavers is a lymphatic system superstar. The lymphatic system is your body's drainage system, and when it gets sluggish, you feel it. Swollen glands, water retention, skin issues, and general puffiness. Cleavers gets things moving. It's also a gentle diuretic and has traditionally been used for urinary tract health, kidney stones, and bladder infections. Some herbalists use it topically for skin conditions like psoriasis and eczema. For lymphatic support and detoxification, make fresh cleavers juice. This is best done in spring when the plant is young and juicy. Harvest a big handful of cleavers, rinse well, and blend with a small amount of water. Strain through cheesecloth and drink 1 to 2 ounces of the juice daily for 1 to 2 weeks. You can also make cleavers tea using fresh or dried herb. Pour hot water over a handful of cleavers and steep for 10 minutes. Drink 2 to 3 cups daily during allergy season or when you feel congested and swollen. For swollen lymph nodes or breast tenderness, make a cleavers compress. Brew a strong tea, soak a clean cloth in it, and apply to the affected area for 15 to 20 minutes. Weed number 7, self-heal. And finally, let's talk about self-heal, Prunella vulgaris. The name alone tells you everything you need to know. This plant has been called heal-all for centuries because of its wide-ranging medicinal properties. Self-heal is a member of the mint family, which you can tell by its square stem. It grows low to the ground and has oval leaves arranged in opposite pairs. The distinctive feature is the purple-blue flower spike at the top. It looks like a pine cone covered in tubular flowers. It blooms from late spring through fall and thrives in lawns and meadows. Self-heal is antibacterial, antiviral, and anti-inflammatory. Studies have shown it's effective against herpes simplex virus, making it valuable for cold sores. It's also been used traditionally for sore throats, mouth ulcers, and wound healing. The plant contains rosmarinic acid, which is a powerful antioxidant, plus tannins that have an astringent effect on tissues. For cold sores, make a strong self-heal tea and apply it directly to the sore with a cotton ball several times daily. You can also make a salve by infusing self-heal in oil and mixing with beeswax. For sore throat or mouth ulcers, make self-heal tea and use it as a gargle. Brew 1 tablespoon of dried self-heal flowers in a cup of hot water. Steep for 10 minutes. Let it cool slightly and gargle for 30 seconds. Do this 3 to 4 times daily. For cuts, scrapes, or minor wounds, crush fresh self-heal leaves and apply them as a poultice, just like we did with plantain. The antibacterial properties help prevent infection, while the plant promotes healing. You can also drink self-heal tea as a general immune tonic during cold and flu season. 1 cup daily can help support your body's defenses. So there you have it, friends. 7 incredible medicinal weeds that deserve a spot in your yard instead of your compost bin. Plantain for bites and stings, dandelion for digestion, chickweed for itchy skin, purslane for inflammation, yellow dock for iron, cleavers for lymphatic support, and self-heal for just about everything. Nature really does provide everything we need. often right under our feet. Sometimes the most valuable plants are the ones we've been taught to ignore. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button and subscribe to Garden Crumbs for more content about natural living, medicinal plants, and homestead wisdom. Drop a comment below and tell me, which of these weeds grows in your yard? Have you ever used any of them? And hey, if you want to dive deeper into herbal medicine, check out the link in the description for my free foraging guide. Thanks for watching, and remember, not all weeds are created equal. Some are medicine, some are food, and some are both. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, happy foraging!